My dear child, if you're reading these words right now, it's not by accident. I want you to know that I have something special to say to you today. If you truly believe in me, please watch this for at least 21 minutes. These words are meant just for you, chosen carefully to help you on your path ahead. I know you might be hurting. I know you might be tired. I know you might feel lost or forgotten. But I want you to sit with me for a little while and let me speak to your heart. Let me remind you of some truths that you may have forgotten. First, I want you to know that you have never been alone, not even for a single moment. Even when you felt most forgotten, I was right there with you. When you cried in the dark and nobody seemed to notice, I saw every tear. When you smiled to hide your pain from others, I knew what you were really feeling inside. I know the heavy things you've been carrying. I know about the struggles that others don't understand. I know about the nights when sleep wouldn't come because your mind was too busy worrying. I know about the mornings when getting out of bed felt impossible. I know about the dreams that seemed to slip away and the hopes that felt too fragile to hold onto. You've been through so much, my child, things that would have broken other people, but you kept going, you kept breathing, you kept trying. And I want you to know something important. That wasn't just your own strength. That was me, giving you what you needed to take the next step, even when you didn't know where it was coming from. When you thought you were walking alone, I was carrying you. When you thought it was just luck or coincidence that got you through, it was actually my hands protecting you from dangers you never even saw coming. When you thought you had to figure everything out by yourself, I was already working behind the scenes, moving pieces around, preparing better things for you. Now listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. You are not stuck where you are right now. I know it might feel that way. I know it might seem like nothing is changing, like you're going in circles, like everyone else is moving forward while you're standing still. But that's not the truth. You are not stuck. You are growing. You are learning. You are being prepared for something better. Life was never supposed to be easy or perfect. I never promised you that there wouldn't be hard times, but I did promise that I would never leave you to face them alone. And I haven't broken that promise, not even once. I've been working even when you couldn't see it. I've been arranging things, preparing people to come into your life at just the right time, opening doors that seemed impossible to open, and yes, sometimes closing doors that weren't meant for you. It might have felt like rejection, but it was actually protection. You think you've missed your chance. You think you're too late, that your time has passed, that you've made too many mistakes. But my child, nothing you have done, and nothing that has been done to you has the power to cancel out what I have planned for your life. I am the one writing your story, and I'm not finished yet, not even close. I want you to let go of all those timelines you created in your mind. Let go of the pressure you put on yourself to have everything figured out by a certain age, to achieve certain things by a certain time, to be at a certain place in your life right now. You don't need to impress me. You don't need to earn my love by being perfect or by never making mistakes. I chose to love you before you were even born. Before you ever did anything good or bad, I had already decided that you were mine. My love for you isn't based on your performance. It's not something you have to work for or deserve. I love you because you are my creation. You are my child. And nothing, absolutely nothing, you could ever do will change that. Not your mistakes, not your failures, not your doubts, not your struggles. Nothing. Right now, in this very moment, I want you to receive that love. Stop pushing it away. Stop telling yourself you don't deserve it. Stop punishing yourself for things I have already forgiven. I don't hold your past against you. I'm not here to judge you or condemn you. I'm here to heal you, to restore you, to help you become everything I created you to be. You've been carrying weight that was never meant for you to carry. Guilt about things that weren't your fault. Shame about mistakes that I've already forgiven. Fear about things that may never happen. Worry about problems that aren't yours to solve. These heavy feelings have become like old clothes that you wear every day, even though they don't fit you anymore and they're not serving any good purpose. You think they protect you somehow, but really, they just make it harder for you to feel my love and peace. I want you to take them off. Set them down. You weren't created to fix everyone else's problems. You weren't created to carry everyone else's burdens. You weren't created to have all the answers or to never need help. You were created to walk with me, to talk to me, to let me help you with the heavy things. I've been waiting patiently for you to come to me, not with a fake smile and pretending everything is fine, but with your real feelings, your real struggles, your real questions. Bring me your confusion, I can handle it. Bring me your anger, I'm not afraid of it. Bring me your disappointment, I understand it. Bring me your fear, I can replace it with peace. I am not shocked by your pain. I am not offended by your questions. I am not far away from your struggles. I am closer than you think. I am more involved in your life than you know. I want you to understand something very important. You are not the same as your past. The things you regret, the choices you wish you could change, the opportunities you think you missed, none of those things define who you are in my eyes. I see all of you. I see your whole story, including the parts you're ashamed of. And I still call you chosen. I still call you valuable. I still call you worthy of love and good things. You are not the person you used to be. Even if other people can't see how much you've grown, I see it. Even if other people try to remind you of old mistakes, I have already buried that old version of you. I see who you are becoming. I see the person you're growing into. And I love every small step you're taking toward the future I have planned for you. Stop comparing your life to other people's lives. You don't know what they're dealing with behind closed doors. You don't know what their struggles are. And you don't need to be on the same timeline as anyone else. I didn't design your journey to look like anyone else's journey. I'm doing something unique in your life, something special that won't always make sense to other people, and that's okay. You don't need everyone to understand what I'm doing in your life. You just need to trust that I know what I'm doing. I see what's coming. I see where this path is leading. There is more for you, more peace than you've known, more purpose than you've felt, more joy than you've experienced, more love than you've received, more fulfillment than you've imagined. But it all starts with trust. Trust me when nothing makes sense. Trust me when it's taking longer than you hoped. Trust me when the answer seems to be not yet. Trust me when it's hard to wait. Trust me when you can't see how things could possibly work out. I'm not keeping good things away from you to be mean. I'm not making you wait just to test your patience. I'm preparing you to receive the blessings I want to give you. Sometimes the timing isn't right yet. Sometimes you need to grow a little more first. Sometimes the circumstances need to change before I can give you what I know you need. You've prayed for changes in your life, and I hear every prayer. But sometimes I don't change your situation right away because I'm using your situation to change you. You've asked me to open doors, and I will. But first, I want to make sure that when those doors open, you're ready to walk through them with confidence and wisdom. Don't hate this season of waiting. Don't think it's wasted time. The waiting isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're not missing out on life. You're being built up for what's coming. I know what you need better than you do, and I know the perfect time to give it to you. You can trust my timing. I see the whole picture, not just today. I don't work on human schedules. I work according to what's best for you in the long run. And I'm telling you right now, no matter how long it's been, no matter how many times you've been disappointed, there is still more good coming for you. You are not too old. You are not too late. You haven't gone too far. You haven't messed up too badly. I can restore what you thought was lost forever. I can bring life back to dreams you thought were dead. I can take your painful experiences and use them to help other people. I can take the things that were meant to destroy you and use them to make you stronger. You will not be stuck in this difficult chapter forever. This is not the end of your story. This is not even the middle of your story. There are so many pages left to write, so many beautiful moments waiting for you, so many reasons to smile that you haven't discovered yet. What feels overwhelming right now will one day be just a memory of how I brought you through. What feels impossible right now will one day be a testimony of my power in your life. What feels broken right now will one day be the foundation of your strength. So, my dear child, I'm asking you to trust me again. Not with empty religious words, not with promises that sound too good to be true, but with your whole heart. Give me your days, not just your prayers. Give me your ordinary moments, not just your emergencies. Talk to me when you wake up in the morning. Ask me to guide your thoughts throughout the day. Tell me about your hopes and your fears. Share your excitement and your disappointments. Let me be part of your regular life, not just someone you call on when everything goes wrong. I am not just your God, I am your loving Father. I am not just someone who can help you, I am your friend. I want to walk with you through the boring parts of life, not just the dramatic moments. I care about the small things that matter to you, not just the big crises. You were created to have a relationship with me, not to visit me occasionally like a distant relative, but to live in constant connection with me. Let me into every part of your heart, not just the parts you've cleaned up and organized. Let me into the messy places, the scared places, the places where you're still healing. My love doesn't run away when you're weak. It doesn't judge you when you're struggling. It meets you exactly where you are and helps you move forward from there. You don't have to hide from me. You don't have to pretend to be better than you are. Just come to me as you really are, with all your flaws and fears and questions. I already know everything about you, and I still want to be close to you. Now I want to teach you about something very important: the power of your thoughts. You were made in my image, which means you have incredible abilities. You can reason, imagine, believe, and actually shape your life with your thoughts, words, and choices. You are not powerless. You are not a victim of everything that happens around you. Even in difficult circumstances, even when you're waiting, even when you're confused, you have the power to choose what you think about. And what you think about matters more than you might realize. Too many of my children let negative thinking become their normal way of thinking. They don't realize that constantly thinking negative thoughts actually changes how they see themselves, other people, and even me. Worry, fear, anger, bitterness, shame, and hopelessness creep into their minds quietly. These thoughts try to disguise themselves as being realistic or logical, but they don't come from me. I have never spoken words of hopelessness over your future. I have never planted thoughts of failure in your mind. My words to you are always words of life, not death. Words of possibility, not limitation. So when you hear thoughts that tear you down, when you hear words in your mind that discourage you or make you feel worthless, know that those thoughts are not from me. When you agree with negative thoughts about yourself, when you repeat discouraging words in your mind over and over, you are actually building walls that keep out the very blessings you're praying for. You need to understand this. Your thoughts are like seeds. Every thought you allow to stay in your mind has the potential to grow and influence how you speak, how you act, and how you live your life. What you believe about yourself determines how you live. This is why I want you to renew your mind every single day. Not just when things get really bad, not just occasionally, but every day. Because every day, the world will try to sell you lies about yourself. Every day, your past will try to whisper limitations into your present. Every day, negative forces will try to fill your vision with fear, doubt, or pride. But I have given you a powerful weapon, my truth, my promises, my word. It's not just for reading or memorizing. It's for replacing every lie with truth, every doubt with confidence, every fear with peace. Real change in your life begins not with changing your circumstances, but with changing your thinking. If your thoughts are sick and negative, your soul becomes tired and weak. If your thoughts are full of darkness and despair, your vision becomes clouded, and you can't see the good things I'm doing. But if your thoughts are full of my truth, if you let my promises rule in your mind, you will find clarity, courage, and peace even in the most difficult situations. Your mind is like a battlefield. Whoever controls your thoughts controls the direction of your life. So today, I'm asking you to give me not just your actions, but your thoughts too. Because that's where your life truly begins, in your mind, in the thoughts you think when nobody else is listening, in the private conversations you have with yourself. You might be thinking, but how can I think positive thoughts when so much has gone wrong in my life? And I understand that question. I see your story. I see the disappointments, the betrayals, the heartaches, the losses that you've never even talked about with anyone. I don't dismiss your pain. I don't pretend that everything is fine when it's not. But positive thinking, the kind I teach, is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's not about ignoring problems or forcing yourself to smile when you want to cry. Real positive thinking is built on truth, my truth. It's based on the knowledge that I am still in control, that I can bring beauty from ashes, that nothing is wasted when it's in my hands, that even when you can't see the way forward, I am still leading you. To think positively in a broken world means trusting that I am bigger than what is broken. It means focusing not on what you don't have, but on what I am able to provide. It means believing, even if it's just a tiny bit of faith, that something good is still coming. I'm not asking you to deny that darkness exists. I'm simply asking you to remember that I am the light. When you choose to believe the best even after disappointment, you are aligning yourself with my character. When you choose to speak life instead of complaints, you are creating space for me to work miracles. When you refuse to dwell on failures and instead confess my promises, you are not being naive, you are being obedient. I have told you clearly. Think about whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. This wasn't just good advice. This was a command meant to protect your mind from destruction. Because what you think about consistently, you become. What you rehearse in your mind over and over, you eventually see show up in your life. If you constantly entertain fearful thoughts, you will begin to live as if danger is always around the corner. If you constantly dwell on past hurts, you will begin to sabotage good things in your present. But if you fill your thoughts with reminders of my faithfulness, my power, my provision, and my grace, you will begin to see everything through the lens of possibility. Even things that seem impossible will begin to feel possible, because you are thinking with my perspective, not just limited human perspective. That is why I have given you my word, my promises written down for you to read and remember. My word is not a book of rules to follow. It is medicine for your thoughts. It is fuel for your spirit. When you read it and speak it out loud, you are not just performing a religious ritual. You are realigning your entire life with truth. You are letting go of lies that have lived too long in your heart. You are building strength and resilience. You are feeding your faith and starving your fears. Don't wait until you are in a crisis to turn to my word. Let it be like daily bread for your soul. Let it be the first thing that fills your mind when you wake up, not the news, not your phone, not worries about the day ahead, not the critical voices of other people. Let my truth be your anchor, especially when the world around you feels unstable and uncertain. There are people around you who speak only about what they can see with their eyes. They make predictions based on statistics, on trends, on temporary facts. But I have called you to live differently. I have called you to walk by faith, not by sight. Faith begins in your thoughts. You cannot live by faith and think by fear at the same time. You cannot declare that breakthrough is coming and dwell on past failures. You cannot expect joy and constantly meditate on loss and disappointment. There must be alignment between your thoughts and your prayers. Some of my children pray with their mouths, but cancel their prayers with their thinking. They ask me for peace, but constantly think about worst-case scenarios. They ask me for healing, but dwell on everything that could go wrong. I want you to know that I hear every prayer you pray. But I also see the thoughts behind your words, and I want to help you bring your mind into agreement with what you are asking for. You are stronger than you think you are, not because of your willpower, but because my spirit lives inside you. When you begin to think the way I think, you will begin to live the way I've always intended for you to live. You will walk with confidence instead of insecurity. You will speak with purpose instead of apology. You will rest in uncertainty instead of being tormented by it. You will stop seeing yourself as a burden and start realizing that you are a blessing to the people around you. That's the power of renewing your mind. It doesn't just change your emotions for a few minutes. It transforms your entire identity, your whole sense of who you are. You are not who the world says you are. You are not who your past trauma says you are. You are not who your mistakes say you are. You are who I say you are. And I have called you loved, chosen, free, equipped, anointed, and worthy. My child, be intentional about what you allow to live in your mind. Not every thought that pops into your head deserves to stay there. Not every fear deserves your attention. Not every worry deserves your time and energy. When thoughts rise up that are full of shame about your past, declare my grace over your life. When anxiety floods your chest and makes it hard to breathe, speak my peace over your situation. When insecurity whispers that you're not good enough, answer it with my promises about who you are. You don't have to be a victim of your own thinking. You can lead your thoughts instead of being led by them. You can capture negative thoughts and replace them with truth. You can actually rewire your mind, not in your own strength, but through the renewing power of my Spirit working in you. This will not always be easy, and it may not happen overnight. But with consistency and practice, your mental landscape will change. With my word as your foundation, thinking positively will no longer feel forced or fake. It will become natural, like breathing. There is incredible power in words, especially the ones you speak to yourself in the quiet moments when no one else is listening. So speak with intention. Stop calling yourself names I never gave you. Stop predicting failure over your future. Stop rehearsing all the reasons why good things won't happen for you. Begin to speak life over your day before it even starts. Begin to thank me for what I'm doing, even when you can't see it yet. Begin to declare that my grace is enough for whatever you're facing. Declare that my joy is your strength. Declare that your past has no power over your future. This is not delusion or wishful thinking. This is faith in action. This is how my children walk in power even during hardship. This is how they keep going when others give up. They have learned to think my thoughts. They have learned to grab hold of truth and not let go. When you do this consistently, your life will begin to reflect it. Your relationships will change for the better. Your energy will shift. Your capacity to handle difficult things will grow. Because when your mind is strong and anchored in truth, your spirit becomes unshakable. I'm not saying that challenges will disappear from your life, but your response to them will be completely transformed. You won't panic every time something goes wrong. You won't fall apart every time someone disappoints you. You won't freeze with fear every time the future feels uncertain. Your mind will be anchored in me. And when your mind is anchored in me, no storm can pull you under. No crisis can destroy your peace. No setback can steal your hope. Do not underestimate how far I can take you once your thinking is aligned with my truth. Many people stop short of their breakthrough because they literally think themselves out of it. They disqualify themselves in their minds before the opportunity ever shows up. But I'm raising you up to be different. I'm teaching you to see possibilities even when you've never seen them before. I'm teaching you to think like a child of the King, not like a slave to your past circumstances. I'm teaching you to live in expectation of good things, not in fear of bad things. That's what true positive thinking is. Not blind optimism that ignores reality, but grounded faith that sees my hand in everything. Hope that refuses to die no matter how many times it's been disappointed. A perspective that looks for my goodness, even in difficult situations. So today, choose life with your thoughts. Speak truth over your situation instead of fears and complaints. Declare my word when anxiety tries to rise up in your heart. Remember that every single promise I have made to you still stands strong. My word is not just for reading, it's for living by. If you allow my truth to guard your heart and renew your mind, It will empower your life in ways you never imagined possible. You are not alone in this journey of changing your thinking. I am with you in every thought, in every choice to believe truth instead of lies, in every step forward. Lean on me. Talk to me throughout the day. Let me guide not just your actions, but your thinking too. And you will see what I can do, not just in the circumstances around you, but within you, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit. I love you with a love that will never change, never fade, never run out. I'm not just calling you to survive your current situation. I'm calling you to thrive, to grow, to rise up into everything I created you to be. But it all starts with your mind. Let me transform the way you think, and I will transform everything else in your life. Trust me with your thoughts. Trust me with your fears. Trust me with your hopes. Walk with me daily. Talk with me regularly. Let my truth become so familiar in your mind that when lies try to speak, you immediately recognize that they are not my voice. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not invisible. You are seen, known, and deeply loved. Your best days are not behind you, they are ahead of you. Your purpose is not expired. It's just beginning to unfold. Your calling has not been cancelled. It's being prepared. The promises I have made over your life are still active and working. I am still moving on your behalf. I am still speaking direction into your path. I am still leading you toward everything good I have planned. Rest in this truth today. Let it sink deep into your heart. Let it change the way you see yourself, your situation, and your future. Because when you think my thoughts and believe my truth, everything changes. I am with you, my beloved child, always and forever.